okay, man. I've still got it. I've still got it, man. I might have got a beard and a bit of a belly, but if you give me a bandana and grease me up and shave me, man.
I fucking love you, man. Between casting, moving, and sizing the bullets. Oh, man, it sounds like when I was playing. What's that game on the PS4? Well, it was in New York. And it was running around some zombies, and there was some like suitcases that you could open up for some bandages and shit. What was that game?
What was that? Last night. I said I was going to elaborate on that story, but I didn't. Full retraction, not tight behind glands, is easy retraction limited only by continental adhesion to the glands. Full retraction of foreskin, tight behind the glands, partial exposure of glands, produced not cortisol adhesions, limited factor. No, I don't need that. My chat keeps disappearing. What are you doing? OBS. What are you doing? Whoops, OBS has crashed. Yo, welcome guys. Today is the day we kind of button this up for the straight build part of it, at least. I will be returning to put some water slides on it, not these ones because they're pretty poo, but I'll be getting some water slides for it and doing some little details and giving it a matte coat just to finish it all up. Not going to paint it, it's going to be a straight build, but today we finish up with the other 6 funnels and the display base, because this thing wouldn't stand yesterday without the display stand. So that's what we're going to work on first, and then the other funnels. If that's all right with you. And then that's all right with me. I'll put them in the wrong sleeves. All right. Now, I still have a few projects that I need to sort of continue working with. I think I've got the JMS Mark II that's still in development, as well as the Clear Penelope. From Bandai. So working on it. Afternoon. Been in loft sorting my loft backlog. Nice. Probably got some gems in there. Oh, I wish I had a backlog. All my backlog is all on shelf because I build everything on the stream, so I don't have a backlog per se, but my backlog is pretty much all straight built and on the shelf, so I could pick any of those display pieces to paint, I guess. So I do have a backlog in a sense. It's just not boxed. Hello. Welcome. Hello. All right. Beep, 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 beep. Right, pieces, all of them. Hello, hello. Oh, hang on. Hello, Moto. Cool. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that logo in a while. Holy, you got the new Gundam? No, it's not the new Gundam Unleashed. It's equally as impressive, but in a different way. Here we go. It's on the light. It's in the light booth at the moment. I've just put a short out on YouTube with regards to its current state. It's laying flat on its back in the light booth because I'm currently building the action display stand for it. It needs the action display stand because I tried standing it up yesterday with all its attachments and it was like a no bueno. A lot of upstairs is spares and kits I've built multiple times. I'm putting away my full armor unicorn as I'm likely not to build it anytime soon. Oh, okay. I still haven't built a full armor unicorn of any description. I don't know how I feel about whether that would be a thing. I'd like to build the Thunderbolt actually. I've got to finish the Psycho Zaku off at some point because that's in a half-built state.
It's a Gundam!
Yeah, I haven't built a single kit in 2026. I miss it greatly. I still have Sky Daddy and all the add-ons sitting on my side. It's alright, man. It'll be there when you're ready. Don't worry about it too much. Don't let it bother you. There's no FOMO, mate. It's a great kit. You got it. Just when it's ready for you, you can crack on. You're better off, you know, always building a kit when you can fully dedicate some time to it rather than half-assed and, you know, just do it. Oh, I might as well, sort of thing. You're better off doing it when when it's, you know, when it suits you. Speaking of Thunderbolt, I've had mine a couple of years. Just bringing it down now, given my current lack of employment, I find myself plenty of time to do it. I've been meaning to pick up a Thunderbolt for a while. I've not. It's not my favourite design. I'm not really a fan of all the boxiness, but you know, I've got the Psycho Zaku, so it kind of makes me think that I kind of need the other one. I mean, if they were to ever do a 1/100 Zaku sniper from Thunderbolt, I'd wet my pants. Hey, Mitch. Hello,
you sure
human
about
father. How you doing, son? Boy, that was weird. I have returned. Got halfway through the RG 2.0 from Sonar, so I got bored of RX 782s. Now, I mean, finish it off. You might as well. It ain't a bad mold. It's a good kit. You know, I sometimes go through bouts of RX 782 fatigue myself. I think we all do. But I've got a nice little RX 782 shrine behind me. I definitely need to get myself a 2.0 on the shelf as well as a 1.0 just to say I've got it. And a Verkar. Possibly a Verkar RX 782, you know, Verkar 001. Regardless of how bad it is. For, you know, prosperity, I guess. . I do a painting. May I send progress on weapons? Of course you can. Held a message. I'm going to allow buggered. That's an auto mod. My RG210 is the buggered head Valkyries. Oh, right. So, yeah, same. I mean, it is what it is. I put it together. I've built it. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. This almost has Arc Raiders theme to it. Almost like a synthwave remix of the Arc Raiders main theme. Which that game has had a massive update today. A lot of people are happy, a lot of people are unhappy. I'm unhappy that the Wolfpack grenades now need a Rocketeer driver to create, and you need Wolfpacks to take out Rocketeers, so it's chicken and egg. But you can take out Rocketeers with other weapons, obviously. They're just trying to stop people from farming Wolfpacks. I'm like, okay, whatever. We are going to be putting the nubs in the bucket today. I'm pretty sure that mug is full, pretty much. And we're going to be building the other 6 funnels today as well. Did they change the colour of the Vulcans or just change the headpiece on the reverse? I think they changed the head clam armour to align with the Vulcan inner armor piece, so it clamps on and they sort of line up. I think they just adjusted those 2 pieces, the windows, so to speak, for the peekaboo. I could tell you mine just worked, couldn't tell you. Oh, right, okay. All right. Oh, see, it doesn't tell you how to build this. You've got to figure it out for yourself. It just goes, it says that in there, but it doesn't tell you to push it through and then fold it up, so it then goes into that. It doesn't tell you in the manual to feed it through from the inside, so then you can close it up via the outside. It doesn't show you that, so it's very vague. So that's kind of like how it's been going for, from the beginning, really. Yeah, slidey. And I've completely derailed myself. I was cleaning, now I'm sat on the floor. Oh, okay. Watch your back. Mitch English is bad. From time to time it can be, but you know, I can sort of understand you somewhat. Oh, that piston does nothing. So, yay.
Terry! 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 Terry from work!
It's actually not Terry from work. It's Mitch making a racket. Okay. Let's turn it down. Jesus Christ, Mitch. Let's get the fucking life out of me.
His name is Teddy! Terry from work.
Pardon me. Who did that? Now I can turn the music back up. Hooray. I saw a button. I press. Yes, that's kind of the plan. I make buttons. People can press them. That was a very bad idea. Is that correct? And then that moves. I need to be able to move that. Move, move, don't snap. Okay.
Oh my god, that was badass!
Okay, so this is going together. Ow, just pinched myself. Ow. And that goes on there. Or does that go on there like that? I'm going to do it that way round. Oh, that was a satisfying click right there. I mean, that slidey motion changes the angle very, very slightly. It's almost negligible in angle of the dangle, but it is what it is. And then it does have a telescope. There we go, nice. And that pops out. You can straighten that up and do that. Hurrah! We have stand. Sturdy. Right, I now need A3. Damn it! A3, somebody. I don't have an A3. Don't tell me. What's this A4 part for? Now I've got this part here, which does fit in there. But I don't know what that's for. I'm going to cut it out and see, because I don't have an A3 runner, I don't believe anyway. So I'm going to see if this cradles the crotch. Okay, it does. It does cradle the crutch. However, it's a replacement part for this piece. So I'm going to kind of put this piece on and hope I find the piece for A3. This is fun. Okie dokie.
Look at my horse is amazing. Give it a lick.
Yo, thank you so much
Have a stroke of its mane, it turns into a
for the resub, my dude.
game, and you tug on its wing.
Oh, Mitch is bored today. Well, rough news with me. Mother stage 1 heart failure and liquid in her lungs. Oh no. Oh, I really hope they can help her out, mate. I'm sorry to hear that. I need to find that part and then I can continue. I'm going to stress until I can find it. That's all well and good being on the action display stand, but it doesn't touch the bottom. Raged. I didn't sleep worth shit. Found it. Birthday's in October, but thanks. Okay, the ad's going to start in 20 seconds, guys. I'll see you in a moment. Damn it. Yo, Mr. Resin. Okay, so regular groin piece has gone on. That piece is going on there. Monday. I said Monday. No, today's Tuesday. Well, that's correct. Huh. Okay. We're getting there. Build looks incredible though. I'm doing my best to figure out how to do this, mate. It is quite difficult. Oh, just to display it, it's a bit of a chore. My hero is probably a little off. Oh, this thing is cooking me up. It really is. It's burning me out. Well, I can't get this thing off the clip. That C clip is well and truly on there. Great. How you doing, Vic? Welcome, mate. Use my rage. Okay. It's kind of standing. I now need to put the additional armature on it. To take the weight of the fins, because it's going to need. So I'm going to need to turn this around and work on the back. Hi, I'm Sound. You good? I'm alright. I'm just stressing out because I don't want to break this just trying to fucking display it. It's a great build, but whenever you get a kit with loads of kibble and back and weight and imbalance and stuff, it's a stress. Right. I need to make a few wonky boos. Right, so I need that bit, which is like the post. Then I need F3 times 3. Okay, cool. That's nice and easy. And one of these little bendy boos. Apparently this is all you need. Oh, sorry, I haven't eaten or slept well in a couple of days due to this stupid kidney stone. I hope it does find its way out soon. Must be a big one if it's giving you that much trouble. But yeah, you still need to drink lots of water, dude. Liquid diet. Jump up and down, maybe. Do some windmills. Run really fast somewhere and then stop abruptly. You know, try and use some physics to get it to come out. Go on go to a trampoline park. Oh, I've got an idea. This will work 100%. Well, what you do is you go to your local bicycle store and get yourself a hand bicycle pump. You know, one of those. You take off the adapter, screw it on. Go somewhere private, attach it to your knob, and then it'll come straight out. Guaranteed. It reminds me, I want to grab a bandana, my next Walmart run. Okay. I'm not Mexican enough to wear a bandana. The joke. Ha 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 ha. That was funny. Right, so one goes in the other, goes in the other, goes in the other. Will yous go in there? And you go in there. What is happening with this thing? Okay. It's certainly supporting it, all right. Yeah. Pretty solid. What itchy, I've got itchy elbow on the inside, you know, in there. I need my fix. Right, so let's close these up. Wow. It's really hard to show you on stream, but it's fairly solid. Now it's got that adapter in the bottom. Which holds it all up. But you're not supposed to be sort of like messing with it too much. Once it's built and you put it on the shelf, that's it, right? So I'm not going to fuck with it too much. But I will take a photograph for the, you know, Instagram later. But we're going to build the other 6 funnels to populate the stand, which I can then put next to it, for example. And if I can try and figure out how to have them on like a surround display in the air around it, I'll do that. I will be returning to this kit to put on photo etch and panel lining and some clear coat and stuff like that. But for now, the snap build is pretty much done, barring the rest of the funnels. So yay, more repetition. I wore this jumper yesterday and I'm wearing it again because it's comfortable. Right. I need them. I need them. 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 I need them. I need them. Them. I need them.
I like rusty spoons.
I know you do. I need all of these. I know you like rusty spoons. He likes rusty spoons. So, what did you think? I watched 5 episodes of Age, and so far, it's like every other Gundam show. It's kind of very similar to Seed and IBO. I just think Flit is just the most unrealistic Gundam pilot. It's like, I built a Gundam. I'm going to use it. I'm like, all right, mate. What are you, like 7? Okay. The enemies are pretty cool, though. the AE or whatever, or UE. They're pretty cool. I will watch that. I will continue watching it. I'm more likely to watch AIDS than I am Build Fighters, if that makes any sense. I like the element of daftness to it because it's a serious show, but it's got goofy elements and goofy characters in it, which is, you know, it's I kind of like that. Wait until the second age. It's a bit more realistic. Okay. I mean, age isn't UC, is it? So I suppose it can be whatever it wants to be. Of these, these parts here, the black parts I'm cutting out, are the worst parts to clean up out of the funnel, so I want to get them out of the way. But whoever made the playlist on YouTube, they started with episode 49 and counted downwards rather than started with episode 1 and counted upwards. It's stupid. No, I think it's called AG, Advanced Generation. Right, okay. So, who's looking forward to the new Evangelion that's going to be super sexy? I can't wait to see what Misato looks like in the new Evangelion. She's going to be fucking hot, man. I mean, Misato was bae anyway. She was waifu. And she likes a beer as well, so yeah, yeah. Worthy of a tug, that one. So yeah, you know, if Yoko's going to have anything to do with it, you know, with regards to like having Nier Automata lineage, oh man, Ava's going to have a sexy coat of paint. I'm telling you now. I don't think there's any, you know, anything new to add to Eva. It's done. It's perfect, right? But an adaptation from someone who's clearly a wild child is, yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. For better or worse, I am on board. I don't really like Evangelion. Okay, fair enough. I'm not going to force you to watch it. Too much gore. Well, that's the grim reality of things, you know. It's very religious. I would have thought that's probably why you didn't want to watch it, for the religious aspect rather than the gore, but I have seen it, not my thing. Oh, okay. What, have you seen it all? You've seen them all? Have you seen the complete act? You're building the GK kit of the new. Sorry, Cabayas. Yes. This is the Farmer Creations adaptation of the Meow Fortune Meow resin kit. So It's kind of, you know, one thing that spawned another, I guess. But it's all right. It's not a bad kit. It's a bit delicate, and it's not for the faint-hearted because it probably will break at some point during the creation. But I've posted some images on my community tab on YouTube and on Instagram. But yeah, there's more to this kit later on. Once I panel line it, put decals on it, give it a clear coat. I might even get some of those acrylic pens and just touch up a few bits and pieces. Nothing too crazy. Just to give it a little bit more life, especially green elements. Huh. Yeah, there's some parts on here that I could take off, give them a black and a silver, and then use a metallic green to give the shoulders, the knees, and the psycho frame a little bit of colour, because it's very monotone. Twitter, OnlyFans, Throne, Discord. No one would sign up to my OnlyFans. Nobody wants to see my feet. So the build off starts next Monday, guys. So if you're taking part, head on over to the Discord, !Discord in the chat, or click the button down below. And I've ordered the trophy and I've ordered the stickers today. Now, to save time, the trophy won't have your name engraved on it. It will just say GFBO 26 winner. Just to speed up the process, because I want to get the trophy out as soon as you won, rather than you have to wait for it. So forgive me on that one. And the LED light up perspex trophies that went out last year, they will return. It's just that I'm on a little bit of a budget this year, so next year I'm hoping I can provide more of those LED plaque style trophies, because they were pretty good, and I'm hoping they were well received. Yo, howdy, 16, how you doing? Sorry. Breakfast time. Nice. Ham, egg and chips with a cup of tea. I'm having pancakes tonight because today is Shrove Tuesday in the UK, so it's pancake day. So anyone who likes pancakes, feel free to fill your boots today. You won't be judged. I got myself a shake and bake sort of set, or whether it is where you pour milk into the bottle, shake it up and pour it into the pan. Very lazy. Got myself some strawberries, some Nutella, and some chocolate pancake crepes. So that's my dessert. Like, I've got some strawberry ice cream as well. So I'm kind of making pancakes, chocolate strawberries, and ice cream for dessert later. Ham and eggs. What am I, the king of brown? Come on, ham and eggs can't be that Just jump over your neighbour's fence, kick a chicken, a couple of eggs will come out. So are you having Brinner? What's Brinner? What's a Brinner? Breakfast. Hey, I used to have sausage, egg, chips and beans with a couple of rounds of toast and some tea at my local cafe. That was my default breakfast when I was scaffolding at a greasy cafe. Ham, egg, chips and beans, or sausage, egg, chips and beans. And the funny thing is, after about half an hour of eating it, going to the Portaloo on site, I was hungry again. Wasn't very filling. So Display have released some new tools. I think they got some more drill bits come out, some new handles, and like a spinny like pin vise drill bit thing. Fine, I'll buy ham. I think I have eggs. Nice. Treat yourself, mate. Nothing wrong with ham, eggs, and a bit of toast. Toast, bit of ham, eggs on top, bit of salt and pepper. Wow, lovely. Maybe some tomato ketchup. And I'm having a rice dish tonight, chicken and mushroom, like a chicken and mushroom risotto. Just a lazy dish where you can put everything in a pan, like a 1-pan meal. Relatively easy to make. And I had scampi and chunky Bisto chips, which were like almost like big chunky oven chips, but like they were quite chunky, like almost like square potatoes, and that went down a treat. I do love scampi. All right. Right, so I've got 12 of them. I now need 12 of these, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yes. Okay, be back later, behave, or at least try to. Okay, mate, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the shout outs and the links and stuff. Yeah, those trophies are pretty nice. Awesome, I appreciate that. 16, mate, really do. I'll probably return them next year. And what I'll do is I'll get them ahead of time. I'll get all the, like I did last year, I'll get all the components ahead of time. Do you have the ball? That's it. Turn, pause, adjust. Turn, pause, adjust. Love it. You have the ball. Oh, did you ace it? Did you get the first cable, or was that the second cable? Can you tell on that game what cable you landed on? Because when you land on the first cable, that's called an ace in the trade. I've got a massive pile of runners right next to me. It's insane. My recycling bin is going to be very happy. Yeah, it says number 1, why nice, or 4, whichever one you catch on, nice. Yeah, I mean, there's no shame in landing on the 4th wire, but holy fuck, you need to fucking put your toe down if you miss it. I once on OBS landed a frogfoot plane with no canopy, no avionics, and no electronics, using my keyboard and my Xbox controller with no landing gear. And it was the smoothest landing ever, thinking I nailed it. And then I panned out, and because they said, oh, the ground crew are not going to be happy with you. And I was like, what? That was perfect. And I panned out, and I'd literally bellied the plane with no landing gear. It was a fucking pretty sweet, because I missed my landing and I had to go around. And as I went for a go around, I pressed canopy by accident, and the canopy on the frogfoot opens at the side, ripped straight off. And then my avionics went, and I had no guidance whatsoever. I just barely had thrust and engine power. Pardon me. And I went around literally eyeing it up, using and like just like my own approach in my head, my own speed and everything, just doing it all by eye, using the thumbstick on the controller and the up, down, left and right buttons on my keyboard, and I landed the plane. Like literally, if you want me to land a plane and survive, everyone to survive, give me an Xbox controller and a QWERTY keyboard. I'll do it. I have to slam the throttle up on that final approach. Yeah. I mean, once you've got your glide speed and you're happy, you can just bring it home. But it also depends on the behaviour of mum as well, because she sometimes might have to be like gunning it to keep like the deck stable in winds and stuff like that. So but yeah, I've got I was going to say OBS, DCS Online on my Steam. I just need to find a little bit of spare cash, because I really want the aircraft carrier and Tomcat, or is it the aircraft carrier and Hornet, F-18 Hornet pack, where you can do like cold starts and launch and return and lots of other training drills and stuff like that. On looks really good, but I think it's about 60 quid. Might be on sale now, it might have been reduced, I'm not sure. I've got a HOTUS up there in a box. I think it's like a Thrustmaster HOTUS or something like that, which will do the job. But I also would like to do it with VR as well. I think that would be funny, because doing those exercises in VR with full HOTUS and, you know, and the proper simulator, Well, DCS is probably one of the better simulators that's available to everybody. I think that'll make for some good content, especially the amount of splashes that I'll do. Have to keep it under 250 or the landing gear. Yeah, exactly. You are limited by your airspeed because obviously anything faster and your landing gear won't engage, or if you do engage it and then you speed up, it'll just get ripped off or stressed. You get loads of audibles saying overspeed and stuff like that. Then again, it will track where you keep it 200 loss lift. Yeah, you got to really have that glide. Like, you know, you've got to have those knots locked in. And angle of attack and all that business. But as long as you keep your eye on football, you're all right. I used to play a game called Aubergine Fighters on the 360, which was basically like a flight sandbox game where you could take off from a couple of various airfields. There was an aircraft carrier on there, and there was just loads of other jets flying around that you could dogfight and engage in. That was a really good game, to be fair. I picked it up from my local game store ages ago thinking, what's this all about? And it was actually really good because I was really big into Crimson Skies on the original Xbox. And I played that a hell of a lot. And then when I saw Aubergine Fighters on the 360, I had to buy it. And you know what? I wasn't disappointed. You could pick out loadouts and what jets you had. The F-22 on there and F-35. And other jets, stealth jets and whatnot. It was a lot of fun. Right, that's 12 of them, that's 12 of them. I now need 12 of these. Now there's these collar things on here, and I've not used them at all. Now I don't know whether I've missed a part, which is likely, or they're for something else. Don't you just love cutting out multiples of the same part? Isn't it just like the mind-numbing aspect just so obnoxiously therapeutic? Not. I'll tell you what is near impossible: launching from a carrier against two jets already in the air. What is it in that game? I mean, like, you know, some carriers have got 4 launch catapults, so it should be possible. Or is the skies in that game pretty crowded with just 2 jets? God. Jesus Christ. Right, okay, more of these. Yeah, you can launch, but you won't have enough speed to get altitude and turn right. Okay. It's a good job I know what parts I need. I mean, when I built the perfect grade unicorn, I literally sat there and cut every single piece out, clean them all up, put them in various pots, and then I failed to realize that some parts were left and right, and like the ankles, for example, I've got left and right parts, and I was, yeah, that was stupid of me. That was a long time ago. Right, so all the white bits and the grey bits, I can wait. I've got all this to clean up now. Wait. Now I managed to get this for about £86 shipped from AliExpress. You know, I'm a member of the Ali Savers thing, which is like a monthly subscription. You can get yourself discount codes and you know, money off and coupons and whatnot, and shipping deals. And I would say, you know, considering what you're getting with this kit, how much plastic, the photo etch, the water slides and whatnot, it's pretty decent value for money, considering it isn't like a main brand, but the plastic is very good. I'm not gonna lie, it's been really surprising. But yeah, on Monday we're kick-starting the build off, so we're gonna have a little drink, have a party, play some music, goof around, and not take the day too seriously. So we're gonna look at everyone's entries and what they're gonna be building. So anyone that wants to take part in the build off, head on over to the Discord and check out the build off info channel. There you'll see the rules. And if you want to submit your entry, the build off entry submissions tab will be live from Monday. You'll need a photograph of all the kit that you're going to be doing, the model or whatever, your name, the date, and that's it. You're registered. And the winners will be chosen on the 28th and announced on the 29th. So your finished project's got to be in by the 27th of April, and that will be under the final submissions tab. So I cut the photographs front, back, left and right. Tried to make it not as busy as possible, like with loads of desk clutter and stuff like that. So try and make them all nice and clean so the judges can like focus on what they're looking at. And the judges this year are Lilith, 16 times a second, and Cav. And I'm not taking part in the judging this year. I'm going to be using the competition as an excuse to get my narrative C-packs finished. So I'll be submitting that regardless of whether, you know, it gets judged or not. So it should be fun. So if anyone wants to take part in the competition, !Discord in the chat on Twitch. I don't think that chat bot works on my YouTube just yet. Or you can click on YouTube. I think there is like a link down below for my socials, and the Discord's on there. The competition is running from Monday the 2nd of March until the 27th of April, so 2 months. And it's for any kit, any brand, any size, any scale, any you know, as long as it's a mecha. It could be an EVA, it could be a Gundam, it could be an Ingram, it could be a Gurren Lagann, it could be a Gal, it could be, you know, could be a Zoid, I suppose, to a lesser extent. That's a mecha, isn't it? And the winner of the competition will receive a GOAT trophy, a sticker, and £50 cash monies into your PayPal. And there will be a 3rd place and a 2nd place prizes as well. And everyone that takes part will receive a GFBO 26 sticker, unless you are Kamzakai, who's still waiting for his GFBO 24 and GFBO 25 stickers because his postal service has lost his mail consecutively. So what I'm going to do for Kamzakai this year is he'll get a GFBO 25, 24 and 26 sticker and prizes if he wins. But I'll make sure that I don't put it in an envelope. I'll put it in a parcel, like a little package or something, because envelopes are really easy to go missing. He lives in India, so the address is pretty unique, and his mail has been going missing, which is kind of sad. Yo says to me, "How you doing?" Oh well, that's easy for you. Got to do something White Dingo, and he'll give it a pass for 16. I'm judging and taking bribes. No, but I'll be fair and judging quality and creativity. Yeah, I mean that's what happens when something stands out. It doesn't necessarily have to be the best paint job in the world, but if it stands out, the creativity aspect takes over, and you think, you know what, I see what you're trying to do there, and that plays a big part in the competition. Not necessarily like having like the best paint job in the world. It's just how you know, the vision that you have with your build can go a long way in terms of judging. It can be a straight build, it could be painted, it could be a 3D printed model, it could have photo etch on it. It doesn't matter. It's like literally a free for all, so everyone can show their skills. But fear not, people. You know, there is going to be a best in competition as well. So if whatever wows the judges the most, Lilith has got a surprise coming for you. Oh, does it have to be a single model, sentient mechanical animal that could be piloted? So I guess so. Yeah, Zoids will work. So same as Macross. I mean, you don't have to submit just one model per person. You can do multiple if you've got the time. You can do multiple entries, I guess, as long as they're all registered on, you know, on time and following the rules for registration, i.e., photograph of the kit and the parts that you want to use, time, date, and or date and name. But the more kits you enter, the less quality you're putting into any one of them. You're spreading yourself out, I guess. I mean, I'd like it would be legal to have multiple in one submission. Never thought about that. What, like a team? Like, say for example, like a couple of like front 30-minute mission kits in like a squad or something. I suppose so, as long as they're all the parts and components are registered in the you know, registration process. So if you're using like 2 or 3 kits or whatever, I have a photograph of everything that you plan on using for your build your name, date, and yeah, register it the same as anything else.
Run.
Have you given up on Arc Raiders? I still need to download all the new updates, but I'm kind of getting a little bit tired of it. I did play a lot of it. And I'll be playing Warzone later with Terry. I was going to be playing it last night, guys, so I do apologise. I didn't come back last night, but I was playing Warzone with Terry. And just getting myself like acquainted with the game again, and we got to the finishing circle a few times, but we had to deal with a load of fucking cheaters last night. You know, or you know, albeit I was in casuals with bots on Warzone purely because I've not played the game in years, and I thought, you know, I'd rather just like lean myself back in slowly. But yeah, had a good time. All my settings and everything worked really well. All my graphics and everything looked fine, and I was getting like 200 frames, so my PC can run Warzone really well. Would I need to photograph anything that isn't the models itself, like tools? No, you don't have to worry about tools, but if you're going to be using photo etch, 3D parts, or any components that are going to be added to the models, then yes, you need to photograph all that together. But your tools that you're using and that, no. Just the models, the bits that you're going to be using, like add-ons and like whatever, like water slide decals or photo etch or 3D like printed extra parts or whatnot, or expansion sets, and as long as it's all in the, you know, the registration with your name and the date, done, you're in. So foam would have to. Not really. I wouldn't have thought, you know, as like major components. You know, foam and paint and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about that. Just like, you know, the soda judges have got the main idea of what's been involved, you know. As long as the majority of all the components are in the shot, you know, it's fine. Okay, because I have a plan to get creative, but I want to hide what it is. Mainly just want to see what you haven't started early. Yes. To give everyone the like ready, steady, go aspect. Only, you're only allowed to use the stuff. You're not allowed to sort of okay, to a degree, some 3D printed parts you can get ready ahead of time, as long as you take a photograph of those on the registration, so you can say right, they're done ahead of time. But yeah, no early head starts for anyone. Everyone's got to start at the same time. That's the idea. Don't start until March the 2nd. No. From the time, right, it starts next Tuesday. Once you've registered your kit, what you're using, and you've put your submission into the registration, you can then start. I suggest taking a photo, maybe not posting immediately, just to have it in case asked about it. Yeah. No. Okay, I'm gonna try and get all these parts separate from the nubs, which is easier said than done. Never really thought about this, did I? This is where I throw some of the parts out, the nubs. Who hasn't done that before? Yeah, we are definitely emptying that mug into the bucket today. The ceremony will commence. So I'm looking forward to everyone that's taking part this year. Oh my God, I have got to cut these out. Ah! God damn it. Yeah. I've got to do 24 of these. It's killer. It's a killer. It is. And I can only say this process is worth it because these little winglets that pop out that add a little bit of extra detail, I guess, they're completely irrelevant. God damn it. If I can do it, I'll participate. You have to build 24 of what? Oh, little winglets that slide out the sides of the funnels. Just extra detail that's there. And that's the second part that's hit me in the nutsack on the way down to the floor. Right, so everyone's on a ad break on Twitch, so I'm just going to kick back and chill, guys, over on YouTube. You can still hear me. So remember, potty break, get yourself hydrated, have a drink, get yourself a bite to eat, relax. I should have used this time to go to the toilet myself, but I don't need to. It's funny because Red Bull gives you a wee. Yes, we're it's a bittersweet because this build is finished, and this today's episode is the end of the series for this build over on YouTube. So the playlist is going to have 10 videos of documenting the build for this model kit. So thanks to everyone who's taken part, commented, liked and subscribed over on YouTube. It means a great deal. And considering how many views these have got, I might do another build series where I multicast on Twitch and YouTube again. But the next build, it's going to be the Barbatos Lupus Master Grade, and that is going to be on Twitch only. Welcome back from Ad Prison over on Twitch. So Subway ad, Jay spotted now US Army, Geico and Red Bull, Quick Trap, Subaru, Outback, Celis Water, Discovery Cashback ad with Stranger Things. I mean, I don't get to pick my ads, but at least you didn't get nothing for Tampax or Hello Fresh, I guess. I'd consider that a bit of a win. I don't mind Subway, so or Red Bull, or washing down a nice foot long on wholemeal, or a hearty Italian hot, you know, BLT. Washing it back with a bit of Red Bull. I won't say no. Dude, I'd rather have Hello Fresh than a Stranger Things associated. You know, Stranger Things is over. Why are we still getting ads for that? I'll also say, don't feel intimidated by the competition. Just do your best and have fun. Yeah, exactly. Like I say, some of the winners before might not necessarily have had the best paint jobs or whatever, but their creativity and their eye for things is what stands out. Fuck Quick Trip. Sorry, just saw it. Not related to anything being discussed. I just hate Quick Trip. I don't even know what that is. See, I'm an English streamer, and you're getting ads that are probably relevant to you in where you live. It's a petrol station. Well, also Tampax is far from the worst. Well, I don't bleed monthly, so like, you know, I don't need to shove cotton wool inside my body. But you know, I guess if you need an advert to tell you that they're available in the supermarkets, then there's worse problems to have in life, I guess. A Quick Trip is a petrol station you can walk into for food, etc. Yeah, we have them in the UK. Petrol stations have got places like Costco, Cost Cutter, Londi's. Some are Tesco's, some are Marks and Spencer, some are Morrison's or Sainsbury's, depending on the supermarket. But yeah, we've got quite a few petrol stations where you can actually go and get food, rest stops, get like a coffee and some sandwiches, or some petrol stations in the UK, like one near my mum, has got a Subway in it. That's one of my favourite petrol stations. Just go in there, pay for petrol, and then get a Subway. It's like, oh my god, it's epic. What I want is a petrol station where you drive in, you say, can I have 30 quid please, for 30 quid's worth of gas. Oh, and can I have a Big Mac and a beer? And while you're being filled up, they bring your food. Like literally a one-stop shop for absolutely everything you need. Like provided what's there, but like, yeah, man. Because we used to have petrol stations here in the UK where you didn't have to buy, you didn't have to get out your car. In the 80s, there was one in London where you pulled up and he'd be like, "Can I help you, sir?" And oh yeah, and you could like say, "Can I have £10 worth of 4-star, please?" And he would like stand there, and you know, it's probably really common still in America, where you go and like, you know, you get people that like fill you up for you, and you pay out your window and off you go, you drive. But like, it's all self-service in the UK pretty much. There might be one or two where it's not self-service because there's someone there to fill you up as part of like the experience. That's up north. I think it's up north somewhere. When I drove to Scotland with my mate in my Golf a few years back, we stopped at a station and they filled me up. Yeah, I only go in for the frozen drinks. What, Slurpee, big gulp, like brain freeze drinks. Man, I used to love those. This is the same idea as having a Subway or another established restaurant in a petrol station. Only Quick Trip has figured out how to keep all the money for themselves. QT charges way too much for everything. Oh, right, yeah, fuck that shit. I will never go to a Quick Trip if I ever drive in America. New Jersey does that, like you can't fuel yourself. It's probably safer because there's so many people that wear like woolly products or high static clothing, and there are risks to everybody. They're on every corner in Tulsa. It's annoying. Jesus, can't do that in America. Too many geezers will drive off without paying. Oh, there's that as well. Yeah, we've got there are people that still do that in the UK where they fill up with self-service, where they pretend to pay at pump and then they just drive off, not knowing that there's AMPR. There's a camera system in the UK called AMPR, which is an automatic number plate recognition system, and it flags up where your car's been and the gates that it's going through, and every time it goes through until you're arrested, it'll keep pinging up on the system until you're pulled over. Very good at catching people because like they can put police ahead of where you're going to be and then just pull you over. No car chasing, no car chase required. That's how I know if someone's in Jersey wait in their car at the pump. Oh wait, I'm mixing up problems. Driving off without paying was a result of pumping before paying. The gas was mixed a while ago. You pump your gas, then pay, then you wouldn't overpay. Oh. A lot of our pumps in the UK are pay at pump, where you just put your card in and then you just fill up how you want, put your cap in, like press the button for the receipt if you want it, and then off you go, you drive away. You know, there's a lot of systems in the UK that is convenience to everyone that obeys the law. If you obey the law and act like a normal human being, and you do things normally, like go into a shop, pick up a sandwich, go to the counter, pay, walk out. Nobody comes and puts you in handcuffs. It's like, what is this wizardry? Now you have to use a card first, pump, then get billed after. Oh, that seems a bit daft. The old pump and jump beauty, I have to go pretty far to reach one. Closest one is about 4 hours. But Jesus Christ, just imagine driving 4 hours to get fuel. Mind you, America is a big place. You pay like $3 or whatever it is for the gallon. We pay about the equivalent. The equivalent exchange rate is about $8 a gallon here in the UK. I worked out the prices. Our prices are about $1.30 a litre for petrol. So we pay more per litre than you do per gallon when you add it up. I'll be about Bucky's. Oh, Bucky's. Oh, I've seen those on Ryan Trahan's videos and like other video. Is it ODS? Original Duck something, or whatever they're called, where they go on road trips and stuff, and they go to a Bucky's, and it's a massive petrol station with like a supermarket and restaurants, and it's just crazy. I would love to go to a Bucky's. It looks massive. I've never seen so many pumps at one station. Yeah, I've seen some drone footage of a Bucky's. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, places like that are an experience. Wally's. Hang on, isn't Wally from National Lampoon's Vacation? I'm on a pilgrimage to see a moose. Wally's has Winnebago. That sounds like that sounds like a fun place to go to. And when I went to New York way back, I didn't get the full American experience. I got the sort of metropolitan experience. I didn't get like America as a whole experience. It was just like an inner city experience. You know, I was only there for a week. So it was like a hotel, night out, hotel bar, hotel restaurant, sort of, you know, that sort of thing. Have a little look, walk around. So I didn't really get to experience America properly, I guess. I would love to go coast to coast. I really would. I've seen lots of like chest cam footage, so there's places I would probably avoid, like New Mexico. Oh, you want a kayak? Just go to Wally's. Oh, Jesus Christ. There is a place in the UK called Go Outdoors, and they do lots of camping and provisions and stuff like that for like outdoors sort of stuff. There's no real place in the UK which has got like everything. Like you want outdoor stuff, you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you want to get some jewelry. Okay, we do have malls, like shopping centres with loads of stores inside, but no like one massive mega supermarket where you can go get your groceries and a car and maybe get some like, you know, garden furniture and then maybe like some windows for your house. You know, it's just, there's no sort of like mega infrastructure where you can go and just get absolutely, oh, you want some computer parts, okay, like absolutely everything in under one roof. That'd be crazy. My Wally's is closer than things like Dick's. I've heard of Dick's. Sounded wrong. Bass Pro and Cabela's. Bass Pro sounds like a fishing and tackle shop. What do they sell there? Oh, bass fishing equipment. Oh, okay, makes sense. I went into a shop yesterday to get some groceries. It's a shop called Lidl, which I think is Scandinavian. And I went in there just for a few bits, and I went to the self-serving checkout and I scanned it, bagged it, and it says, please take your receipt to exit. I was like, what? This is new, never seen this before. And you have to scan your receipt at the gate before it turns green and you can leave. So that's really good at catching people from, like, you know, trying to make a runner. There was a security guard there as well. So it's pretty good. Oh, I was polite to him, he was polite to me. He's got a job to do, and I had food to buy. So I obeyed all the rules. And look, again, I walked out and there was no blue flashing lights. I wasn't put in cuffs. It's amazing. And but it's a shame that we've got to have these processes in essentially what used to be a high trust society. But here we are. People commit crimes. Bass Pro is fishing predominantly. They do have boats, makes sense. Almost there. Kill me. Now, if you want, in the UK, if you want a boat for fishing, you can go get them like kayaks and small boating things, small boats and river boats and stuff like that. If you want to do some river fishing in the UK or whatever. But generally, you would go to like a boat store. There are some major boat outlets where you can buy yachts and boats and river boats and all that sort of stuff. But the best place to go get fishing stuff is from, I think it's called Five Lakes Fishing Convention, which happens every year. It's like the place to go for angling. And I went once, and I walked out with a tracker like hotbed thing for night fishing, and it was like a 300 pound bed. But I walked out paying £75 because I bought the display piece at the end of the day. Save them taking it back. A lot of these places, they will sell a lot of the stuff that they don't want to take back to their shop for like a steal. So you can get really, really high value goods, and you just barter with them and say, well, I'll take it off your vans. Like, save you packing it back in the van, and they just sell it at a loss or highly discounted. It's really good. Is it 5 lakes or 7 lakes or 6 lakes? It's a number of lakes near Colchester. All right. I used to do a lot of fishing, a lot of carp fishing and night fishing, but I sold all my gear for car modifications because, you know, coilover suspension isn't exactly cheap. Well, you can get cheap. You could probably get like coilover suspension for like, well, $100 a quarter, you know, $400. But I wouldn't trust cheap suspension on my car, so you need to try to aim for around $250 a quarter to have decent suspension. Weird how I segue from one thing to another. Mad. I like bolts. Right. I'm going to clean more stuff up as I go. But these are generally just going to be used for display on the display stand, so I'm not really too fussed whether it's not looking the best or the tidiest. But I do need to work on some of these because I do have some standards. I like that lance, Mitch, if you're still there. I've just seen your images. I totally forgot that you sent me. I didn't know you was doing it via DM. Nice. That metallic blue looks good. Turbo Dolk, right? Gonna make some comments about Yoko Taro and Evangelion. I just can't wait. I can't wait to see his adaptation of Misato. I mean, she's hot already, but you know, if she's given the Nier Automata treatment, man, she's gonna be fit. Right? I'm scared of what that shitlord will write for that shitlord franchise. I reckon it'll be wild. I don't know whether there's going to be anything new or whether the adaptation is going to be like completely removed from religion and in favor of just some sort of really dark sexual just wildness. I don't know, but I'm keen to find out. I just think I don't trust them. I've got a funny feeling that Misato is going to be overly sexualized. She's going to be a raging alcoholic. thirsty for absolutely any dick. I don't know. The art style might be nice, but like it's yeah, it could be a wild situation. We'll have to wait and see. But for anyone who's an Evangelion like purist, it's probably bad news. Yo, Sonic, how you doing? I'm starting to build the RX 104 FF Penelope. Nice. I have one next to me, which is I'm going to continue building that soon. It's the clear P Bandai version. I built the Odysseus a couple of weeks ago, but I'll be finishing that snap build soon on stream. There's a few kits that I need to finish. The Psycho Zaku Verkar, the JMS Mark II, which is a third-party Mark II Gundam, and a clear Penelope. I also need to finish what is he? The Onimushu Aniwaka or whatever it is, which was a gift to me from Alilifray a while back. I still need to finish the action display stand for that. As well as a couple of the ghost heads that go with that set. And I'll be making room for stuff like that in October because I'll be holding a birthday big box giveaway where I take stuff off the shelf, put it in a box and ship it out to one lucky winner. So bookmark that competition for in October. Anyone who wants to take part in that, I'm going to be selling tickets at $5 each, because obviously it's going to cover cost. Cost. It's going to cover the cost of shipping. Jesus Christ, chewing my tongue. But I'll be putting loads of random kits in there. Some big, some small, some expensive, some cheap. And one lucky winner will win the whole lot, and I'll ship it out to you. And it makes space for new projects. Once you get the kits, you can put them on display, you can paint them, you can take them apart, you can use them for kit bash, you can use them for spares. It's completely up to you what you do with them. But I'll be doing that competition, or that competition. Is it a competition? That giveaway in October. Yeah, I'm also checking some coffee. Nice. Cheers. Coffee! Sorry, that was beer. I wonder if there's an there is a coffee flavored beer. It's not a beer, it's an ale. I had one a while back. It was a coffee flavored ale, and I also had a dark chocolate and orange beer as well, which is really high alcohol content. It was like 9% alcohol. It's crazy, but it was really nice. It was like a thin stout, kind of like Guinness, but a chocolate and orange flavored, like a chocolate orange flavored Guinness. It was really nice. I also had a marshmallow flavoured ale as well, which was quite nice. Really, really sweet and moreish. But too many of that and that's it, it's game over. Really high alcohol content. I absolutely love these sponges. I use them every time, all the time. These sanding loop flex loops from Gun Primer are my go-to sanding sponges. They last forever and they're washable as well. It's like the grit just it never goes away. It's like the everlasting gobstopper. And all you got to do is run them under hot water with a toothbrush to free up the grit, and you're good to go again. It's like glass, like proper glass sponge, like good stuff. Whereas I've used grits before, like the Despire sanding sponges, and they gum up and they lose their effectiveness within a few passes. Use these all the time. I highly recommend. Oh, pardon me. So I'm going to be back later playing Warzone with Terry. We had a little practice last night. Had a few good games. We're going to return tonight and have a bit of a laugh. I got from level 0 to level 21 in one evening, so I was doing pretty well in terms of experience. So I need to get level 24 unlocked. That way I've got the armory unlocked, because there are some certain like weapon parts and components that are locked behind the armory. Which makes sense. Like, play the game, you unlock this, and it's like a reason to log in, a reason to play. I get it, I get it. But no, I was doing all right last night. Had a bit of fun. Teamed up with a few guys, which I think were from Spain, and they were cracked. So me, Terry, and these two were. We got to the finishing circle. I had to be rezzed back in. I had to be brought back in because I got taken out by a cheater. And then we got to the finishing circle, and then Terry got taken out. I got taken out on the stairs, and we found out that these guys were using wall hacks, and it's just sad. It's really sad. You know, Ricochet as an entity for Call of Duty does not work. But I did enjoy the PvP aspect again. Even though like Terry was getting like the loadout and like dropping his weapons for me to use, they're pretty good weapons. So I can't, like, if I was to buy my loadout from the buy, it was pretty standard shit. So it was good. And we was getting like, we was in one match where we had like 30 grand each, so we kept buying UAVs, and we had the money to buy our teammates back in and stuff like that. So it's easy to accumulate money by doing bounties and lot objectives in the game. And I was getting my my Call of Duty fix, because I don't like Call of Duty like deathmatch and search and destroy and all that sort of like the generic stuff. Not really a fan of that. I did like open world, like big map warfare on Call of Duty. It's pretty fun. Cheaters will cheat though, unfortunately, no matter what game it is. So yeah, back on that tonight from 8 o'clock. So after my break, I'll be returning with Terry from work, and we're going to jump into some more Warzone. Whether we do Resurgence or Verdansk, I'm not sure. I would like to hold off doing Verdansk until I've got some better loadouts. So what I need to do is play more Verdansk and stuff like that, get my levels up, and make some better loadouts. Probably try for some blueprints, so at least I've got some better gear that I can drop in, because Verdansk is pretty, not Verdansk, Resurgence is pretty fast paced. I'd rather be better prepared and have a little bit more tuning in Verdansk first. Because I haven't played Warzone in like 3 years. So it was a steep learning curve, but saying that, even Terry was saying doing pretty good for someone who hasn't played in 3 years. So it was like riding a bike. So I think I only needed like resin like 1 or 2 times last night, and I didn't lose a single gulag. But whatever you guys are up to, what you're building, let me know. Oh, pardon me. I really do need to get myself one of those desk purifiers, because there's a lot of dust coming off this plastic, and this kit was from China. So I'm probably ingesting some pretty nasty shit. But it is what it is, huh? Like that Nightingale that they released that happened to have like toxic plastic that was like damaging people's skin on contact. That's like crazy stuff. That problem's been rectified since. So if you ever do get a Nighthawk or Firehawk or whatever it's called, the third-party version, or is it mechanical version of the Nightingale model kit, I think they've fixed that issue. One more body. The Red Cell Nightingale was not doing that. That was the FOMO rumor. Oh, was it? Ah. I thought that was a genuine issue. Yeah. That's quite sad then, if that's the case. Because I legitimately had my finger on a button and I was going to get one in. But I read that and I thought, well, I better not. That's sad. Well, they've only got to do that once, because in future, if anyone says that in future, people can just ignore it. The trouble with that is if there ends up being some sort of chemical problem with a kit or a product, and people do buy it and there's an issue, then a lot of people are going to be in bother. Do that. Yeah. I'm going to do the middle bits, clip it all together, and then work on the armor pieces. Sort of like break it up a little bit. Some of these clean up really well, and others there's just a little trace of material on the edges. So just whittling it down ever so slightly. All these centerpieces have got photo etch, which I need to put on as well, which goes in that centerpiece there. There's like a little disc that goes in that centerpiece, like a little additional piece of detail. The Solomon Basilis rumor was that it was cancelled. Huh, I didn't get that. I didn't get that far. And thanks to Gonzo, he gifted me a GP02 and the MLRS set for it as well, which ended up being a little bit of a double-edged sword, because it was a lovely extra, but it overpowered the kit. And also, the GP02 doesn't hold the shield very well, if not at all. And then when you put the MLRS on the back, it sort of makes it wobble. So there's a lot of modifications that need to go into that kit to make it sturdy. But the Osiris Dominator, Satria, Aerial Dominator, that thing is a work of art. Apart from, I would say, the electronics. Cabling and PCB boards are a little bit on the hefty side, and they, you know, wires and stuff need to be bunched up into very tight spaces, and it can cause a bit of issues. So there needs to be a little bit of caution. But I would have thought Cosmos would bring out an LED set for that eventually. And I think a Cosmos LED set for that Satria kit will benefit it big time. So wait and see, I guess. Osiris didn't get the FOMO stuff, thankfully. Yeah, I was relatively lucky to get one. I got one early. I got it for a really good price. Free shipping, and it turned up weeks before launch. So I was very lucky. And that was a very fun build and a paint project for another day. And thanks to Lilith, I've got some resin conversion parts for it as well. So when I do get to take the plunge and paint that kit, I will be adding some extra bells and whistles to make it better, you know, make it look nice or nicer. And you know what? I really am surprised that the Osiris you know, Kshatriya went smoothly, and there was no hiccups, there was no problems. But I am also surprised that there isn't more people that went out and got that kit, because YouTube hasn't got that many people like discussing it, talking about it, and whatnot. Maybe they've got it in their backlog and they're not building it just yet. But I've only seen a handful of people, myself included, on YouTube that have talked about it. So it's quite interesting, considering how popular the Kshatriya is. It's much better than the bootleg Osiris. What? Somewhat. Hang on, I've got to remember now. Someone, yeah. Nobody's buying. It's weird, isn't it? Someone made a bootleg of the Osiris. I saw that. I think is it KWS or Speeble Harold on Twitter that said that someone actually bootlegged the Osiris kit and it's bad. I saw it. I saw some of the sprues and I was like, nah, I'm not even buying that for the lulz. Osiris bootleg was talked about by KRW. That's it, KRW, not the KWS. KRW. Good lad. I've been following him for a long time. I like their news and updates. I can't believe no one's really buying the Osiris. I also told KRW that the mold is fucked. Yeah, I saw some of the plastic, and I was like, well, I don't know, man. I don't care how cheap that is. I'm not even going to buy that. I'm not even going to build it on this channel for lols. Just for the lols. It's just an ultimate waste of money. You know, I paid, I think, £130 for the Osiris Dominator by Axis. Free shipping. People aren't buying the Osiris because it's $250. Oh, wow, I never paid that much. Nowhere near that much. I paid half that. However, in hindsight, or here's a different perspective, it's not as expensive as Bandai would want $500 for it. So it's not as expensive as another company would. Yeah, it's expensive if you don't have $250. However, save up, because you know, if Bandai were to do a 1/100 Kshatriya, it's going to be like $400 or $500 straight up. Okay, maybe $350, $400. It's still going to be way more expensive. But as soon as I knew it was a thing, and I saw it on AliExpress, I bought it. And I got, like I said before, I pay for AliExpress Savers, which is like their subscription, like £4 a month or whatever it is. And I think I got like £27 off of it, like off the price plus free shipping. And I got it like at least 3 or 4 weeks before release. Like, I wasn't expecting to get that kit in my hands for another 3 or 4 weeks, and it turned up really early, so I was very lucky. But then I guess it does depend on the vendor that you use on AliExpress, and I can't remember what one I used. But I think I've used them a couple of times now, and they've been really good to me. Yeah, but the bootleg mold is fucked because I saw the parts had raised textures and recessed textures, meant the mold is really pitting them. Oh, yeah, not good. Yeah, definitely don't get a bootleg. Yeah, I mean, obviously third-party kits and like decent like mold companies that make decent third parties. Yeah, okay, go for it. I mean, it's not like Bandai haven't had my money, right? But when it comes to like proper janky bootlegs that are literally really bad, I just can't do it. And I know people send me stuff like Gonzo will send me like bootleg stuff just for the lols, because it's just It's just cringe content. We are getting there, boys and girls. Woo. So yeah, this is the final video for this kit on YouTube. There's 10 videos for the playlist. Build series for the Farmer Creations Nu Gundam, based on the Fortune Meow resin conversion kit. And it's been a journey, to be honest. I mean, quite a lot of, if you think about it, 10 videos on average 3 hours each, or give or take. That's a lot of hours to be put into a snap build of a model kit. But it's been fun, and I value everyone that's taken the time to join me, and posted comments on YouTube. I'm not used to reading my YouTube comments, so thank you so much, guys, for taking the time. I know that I have stipulated people to be subscribers to be able to check, because it's just basically a follow button, isn't it? But it's to avoid bots and spam and stuff like that. So thank you so much for anyone that's decided to click that subscribe button. It's just a means of like trying to limit spam and bots and stuff like that in the chat. Obviously, like I say, I value your time, so if anyone that does click subscribe on YouTube and takes part in the chat, thank you so much. You're a real person, and I value real people. But it's free, it's a bit like the follow button on Twitch. It's like a free thing. So, and it's like, it helps the algorithm know that I exist, and, I appreciate that. So anyone that does subscribe or follow or like or comment, all that nonsense, all that bullshit that people have to put in their videos to, call to action, I appreciate you. Right. I need to push that in there. Oh, this is what I'm going to hurt my thumbs again. Yeah, I'm going to hurt my thumbs. These hinges, they're tough. Oof. I thought that was Phil Collins then. I hear you calling in the Sky Tonight, or whatever it's called. Like that drum riff. Fuck. My God. Pardon me. Pardon me. So yesterday was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed yesterday's stream. Thanks for everyone that was there. A lot of chat, a lot of energy, a lot of stuff going on. And it is a little bit melancholy today because this is the last of the playlist, I guess. But then I might make another return to the kit when I do some modifications to it, which will then be added to the playlist. So even though this is going to be part of the live builds playlist, it's also going to have its own playlist. You can just watch nothing but the build process of this kit from start to finish, which I think just makes sense. All right. Oh, snap. That was a very satisfying snap, that one. Ow. It's crazy that this has been, you get given 12 funnels instead of just a normal 6. So you can put these funnel wings either side if you wish. It does give you all the components and parts to do that. But I'm just going to be putting these ones on the display stand, which is also supplied, until I can figure a way of doing an orbital display of the fins in flight. I just need to figure out some an adapter piece, or if they do, someone does a third-party adapter set where you can display them on the base, flying around, like for example, like just all flying around the display. Could be pretty cool. Still got all the armor for these yet. They're not finished. It's a lot of plastic to cut out still. And they do tie to each other really well using the combs provided. I mean, they are pretty sturdy. Once on the arm that holds the funnels in place on the action display stand. Without that armature, these drag the the Gundam's waist down. So there is a an armature here. It sort of cradles the funnels from sagging, which is cool. And when you got it stood there, you don't really see it from, you know, from an aesthetic point of view. It's not too terrible. It's one of the drawbacks of the Nu Gundam's design. The isometric weight distribution is a bit of a challenge. This is looking so fucking great. Wish I was feeling better so I could watch more. Hey dude, I really hope it passes for you, mate. You don't have to make any excuses or apologies. You're in agony, and I do hope it passes for you, man. No, like, kidney stones are no joke. Making sure I'm putting them in the right spot. These are like little hinges for an open hatch gimmick on the funnels. It's been a lot of fun, this build, and at the same time it's been a labour of love. And some like cringy moments where my arsehole was puckering, but you know, we got there. No, you know, there was only one official break early on in the chest, and there was only one misformed part, which is in the eyes, like the green clear plastic that forms the eyes. Only one of the eyes was formed, so it has no left eye visor. But you can buy third-party health, you know, additional head sculpts by other companies that provide like additional parts and upgrades for this kit. Right, back in a second in the wee. Right. Oh, it's like a summer's day out there today. I just went to the bathroom and it's just like a light box. It's really nice out there. It's about 13, 14 degrees, which is pretty normal for this time of year, because we always have like a cold January, February, and then there's a little period like a week in like February, March where it's almost like a summer's day, and then we get a cold snap, and then spring starts, and then the weather starts to warm up. Let me know if you pull a common, uncommon, rare, or epic kidney stone booster. Now, I do not want to see this kidney stone on my Discord materializing in a DM. Please do not. I don't want to see it. Just like PTSD to my mum showing me her gallstones when she had a gallbladder removed, and she had her gallstones in a little pot. I was like, Mum, I didn't need to see that. Rattle, rattle. Oh, what the fuck? You needed to say something first. She was compelled to say something cursed. Okay. Right, okay, now we need to cut all these parts out for the armor. We continue. And it's all really well molded, by the way. Really sharp, really crisp details. All the panel lines, notches, and design is very crisp, very clean. There's no flash, there's no over mold. All of the sprues are like, it's almost like Bandai quality plastic. So whatever factory they chose to make this kit, they chose the right one. Pardon me. Obviously very good machines and good processes. So I can't fault the plastic that they've used. And I think it's all polystyrene. There might be some ABS and some POM plastic, but it's the majority is polystyrene. Ah, almost there. There was so many sprues for this kit, over 50. I don't know the total part count for this kit, but it's a lot. For a 1/100 scale, it's not bad. Not as many as the Cassandra. That was a pretty part heavy kit. Bearing in mind it does have 4 wing binders, and you know that those are quite extravagant in themselves. My wrist is hurting. It's like, have you ever gone carpal tunnel from model making? Is it such a thing to get typewriter fingers from, or some sort of wrist injury from model making? I would say yes, especially when you're cutting out fucking hundreds of parts. Apart from some hand options, I think I'm done cutting out the part. It also does come with 2 beam effects, a swoosh and a straight effect for the beam saber, but cut like curved. I'm not really a fan of the curved blades, like to show motion, I guess, but never really like too fussed about that. And it's all undergated, which is why I'm making such a mess. So to be fair to Bandai, we're eating well at the beginning of the year with the Barbatos, the Full Armor Double Z, and the MGSD Destiny. That's a good solid start considering the lack of anything last year. I'm hoping the next Verkar isn't going to be anything to do with Double Z. Unless he's going to do like a Masala or something like that, that'd be nice. Or, you know, or a Z. A Zeta Mark II Titans Verkar, that'd be lovely. But I do predict that next year it's going to be something a little bit more wild and out there. Something a bit different. Because I'm pretty sure he's going to be fed up of doing you know, another fucking Double Z mold. Jesus. There's been 4 now. There's 4 Double Z Verkars. It's crazy. I would like a Zeta Plus or a Delta Plus. Totally agree. That'd be nice. A G3, G5. Yep. But I do think a lot of people will lose their minds if he does an aerial Verkar or a G-Quux Verkar, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, yo Harbour, how you doing? I wouldn't mind an Age 2 or an Age 1 Verkar. Or even, what was that, what was it, Gundam the 8 manga that was released this year? Or coming this year? It wouldn't surprise me if they do a Verkar, because he's not unknown to do manga. Verkars like Crossbone Verkar is straight from manga, so he might even be involved in the new manga and bring in a Verkar of the latest Gundam from that. So that's not out. Yeah, Age 1 Verkar with swappable parts for Titus. Oh man, I would love a Titus Verkar, man. Because, you know, there's lots of, like, when it comes to F91, Age has got a lot of, like, additional suits and variations and stuff like that, which possibly more leans into P Bandai, which kind of sucks, but Age does need more love. Though they'd probably do an Age 1 FX, like that one. I mean, we're never going to see a Cassie or Penelope Verkar. We're never going to see that, so that can be written off. I would like to see an Atlas Verkar. I think that would work very well, because we've only ever seen the HG version of that. Harbour, I thought it was the F90. No, the F91 had all the other mental modes. Then we could see a Hummingbird Vercar. Ooh. Atlas now. We don't need that for. Oh, well, yeah. Obviously, it's not a very popular Gundam, but we've seen the C packs and the B packs. Now, he's never going to do an A packs set. So it just leaves the Atlas, I guess. Hey, your mum's a fraud. That's not very nice. You know who else is going to be a mum? I mentioned it yesterday. But Bonnie Blue is now pregnant. Now consider that concept for a few moments. And what that means for her womb. That's been repainted all different colours. Someone has to, with your dad still getting milk and cigs. Hey, we don't talk about that. Mitch might be listening. Poor fella. His dad went for milk, never come home. And I'll be honest, and this is the first time I think I've ever mentioned it. My dad did the same thing. And I was raised by my sister's dad, Kevin, who's an absolute prick. But I've been in contact with my actual dad since, and we're all right, we talk. But no, my mum and dad split up. It wasn't he went to get milk and never come home. They legitimately split up because he was a bit of a dickhead. But they were both young. I was, my mum was 19 when she had me, so they were still very, very young. So, you know, young kids having a kid in the 70s, you know. It happens, man. Oh, I bought a new dining table for my apartment. Gunpla buildings. Oh, please. Right, to see some harbour content. How are you health-wise, though? Are you holding up, dude? And I really appreciate you coming in. Also, me and Terry from work are jumping into Warzone later. So if you want to add me on Steam and you fancy jumping in to do a little bit of Warzone later, you're more than welcome, dude. It's going to be in about 4 hours time, 8 o'clock UK time. I am covered in polystyrene particles. I've been covered in worse. I got a cardiac clearance for surgery last Thursday. I should have final word around. Oh, that's great news. And that's also passively telling you that your ticker's in good nick. So that's almost like 2 or 3 bits of good news in one hit. Awesome. had an MRI today to determine how to deal with some periodic vertigo. Oh, okay. Some dizziness. Is it not linked to your ears or anything like that? Because I know dizziness and balance can be linked to some audio balancing and stuff like that. I mean, I'm no expert. There's obviously many other factors. But yeah, getting vertigo while you just sat still and everything, the world is spinning, and yeah, it's really up. I only get that after a few drinks, but obviously if you're teetotal and the world is spinning and you're feeling sick and nauseous, it's not nice. Not a nice feeling. It could be nerve and vascular issues. Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I get loads of neck and vascular issues in my neck because I get headaches and stuff. Like my neck here, the 7 vertebrae in my neck, I'm constantly aching, pains. I'm constantly feeling like I need to like stretch and do stuff with my neck muscles. Not necessarily like skeletal, but muscular for 100%. Horrible. Since it only happens when I'm leaning back with my head tilted. Yeah, that is kind of bizarre. It's like, oh, would you like to recreate the conditions for your issue? But nah, thanks. The body is a marvel of engineering, but at the same time, when something's not right, it's not right. Yeah, I had a car accident and I got some really bad whiplash in my shoulders and neck, and there are exercises that I can do thanks to the amazing and rather stunning and beautiful physiotherapist that I saw. God, she was a ginger Scottish woman, and her skin was like as pure as the driven snow. He said, "You know nothing, Jon Snow." Oh my God, the cup is overflowing. The mug. Sorry, it's not a cup, it's a mug. Right, we're going to do the ritual. Does anyone want to say a prayer or any final words while I tip this cup into the bucket? I need to get one of them little desk vacuums because I do have one, but it's a little bit it's a bit unwieldy. What's the word? It's a bit unruly. Crazy. I wonder if it still works. Yeah, it does. I don't get this sex toy out often. But it's, for a desk vacuum, it's pretty chunky. It's fucking crazy. Speaking of cups and mugs, I got an espresso for Christmas. Nice. I got a Dolce Gusto for Christmas. I got a little coffee machine as well. And finally set it up. Come to find out, all my coffee mugs were way too big. Yeah, same, because I put the coffee cup underneath, like the little cup holder for it, and all my mugs are too big for it. So I've got to take the little stand off and push my cup underneath the coffee machine just for it to fucking work. Anyway, thanks for your service. This thing is now 2/3 full. Weighs probably about 1.5 kilos of nubs. Plastic goodness, it's like plastic gold, guys. And if you've never delved your hand into a bucket of nubs, it's a very good feeling. Then I randomly found the D20 shaped espresso cup at my LGS. That's awesome. Looks like a dildo. I will accept that because that's an accurate description. It's a pretty good vacuum from Despire, but it's very chunky. I like the palm ones that you can run along the desk, but I do need to get everything off the desk, get everything cleaned, give it all a wipe down, and then put it back. I do need a new desk mat. This is an A1 desk mat, so it's pretty big. It cost me about 60 quid because it's a Cricket version. Brands don't matter to me. It's just that I saw it and I thought, yeah, I need that for this desk. I will look for a cheaper one in future. But I do need to get a different mat because this one's getting a bit bored, a bit worn. And my mouse, where my mouse is a massive patch. Where like, and all along here, it's all worn from use. So I could do with a new one. You know, my GPU is running at 55 degrees C. When I was playing Warzone last night, it was running at 45, 47 C. Oh, 1440p high settings. Nuts. Absolutely bonkers. The issue I have is my GPU fans aren't spinning, yet my fan curve stipulates that the fan should start spinning between 50, because I got zero fan movement be up below 50. But as soon as it goes above 50 and 60 and 65, there should be fan action, but there's not. So it's kind of wild. I don't understand why it's not doing that. But then the Adrenaline software for AMD isn't the best when it comes to remembering what to do when it needs to do it. I'll be happy when I get my table built, then I can stop using my desk to have meals. Nice. I have meals on my lap while I watch YouTube. I'm proper janky. Even if it's like a spaghetti bolognese or a decent like cooked meal. I'm not talking like a microwave meal or anything like that. Everything that I eat is pretty much home cooked unless I get a takeaway. But it doesn't matter what it is. I will sit there in front of the TV and eat off my lap. I've got a massive solid wood table that seats 6, and it's almost like an ornament. I don't like using it because it's so lovely. Obviously, I use it for like when people come round and Christmas and stuff like that, but I never sit at the table and eat. Sometimes I do though, if it's a nice day or whatever. We're getting there. These, what I'm doing now, are the covers, which sort of like flip out. They're like access panels to show you some hidden detail on the funnels, kind of like an open hatch gimmick. And then the rest is just like fixed armor. Hooray! Right, next. What? Yeah, it was those. But why? We're working on the big bite. No, not quite. This is 1/100 version, 1/100 Arbor Creations Nu Gundam, third party. Close though. It's not as big, but it still looks nice. Still looks nice. Speaking of Zeta Plus, something. This little bad boy. I think this was a Gundam Assemble. I think. I'm not entirely sure. It's a great thing, but I really do hope we see a Vercar version of this guy. I've got a Zeta 2.0 and a double Z Gundam in my background. Nice! The double Z is very nice. And I've built both the Zeta and the double Z. They are both very good kits. I'm looking forward to getting the full armor later this year. Even though it's available now, I believe. As is the MGSD Destiny. I think that's available to buy now as well from Japan. And thanks for joining, Jinxie. I hope you're well. My buddy got me an MG Death Side Nice as a builder from Christmas. Just got it in the mail the other day. Nice. We are. That's one of 12 funnels which extend. And then open hatch as well. Right, there's some details in there for open hatchery. And then there's some wings that fold out, but I'm not going to do that because I think they look daft. I still need to put on the photo etch. There's a little photo etch that goes in there. My focus is shocking. So there's a photo etch that goes in that centerpiece there. But they're quite big, not gonna lie. Right, has anyone else seen that dang craze coming out of China? Is it China or Singapore or somewhere around there? Where there's a content creator that does the dang dang song, and it's everywhere. Right, I can't escape it. And Clara on X posts daily dang videos, and I just can't get away from it. I've got no idea what dang means in China or wherever the videos originate from, but they are very, very addictive and becoming a meme. Trying so hard to get a win last night on Warzone. I was being very competitive, but you can't compete with cheats. When people know where you are on the map at any point, it's kind of sad that people just sit in stairwells with their back against the wall using wall hacks. It's just sad. All right. I am going blind. I can't focus properly. I said it before, I'll say it again. I really do need to get my eyes tested. I need 30 minutes for Specsavers to figure out what glasses that I need. Or surgery. Because something ain't right. We are halfway to finishing these guys. Well, the stat build anyway. And yesterday I couldn't stand this guy up, so building the action display stand is kind of necessary. If you want to display it all together like this, it's kind of part of the deal. Otherwise, it's just so hard. The legs start to spray out, and you can't mess with it because while you're trying to work over here, something else is moving. Whereas when it's on the action display stand and everything else is cradled, you can sort of mess with it a little bit more and move things around a little bit safer. Oh. I'm going into the zone. You know, when you sort of get into this like mundane, like multiple tasks, you end up sort of like being really quiet and zoning out. So I do apologise. I need to try and figure out a way of getting some sort of shock device that the chat can use bits or something to then shock me. Nothing horrendous, like a little jolt, like a little low voltage, like wake up. That'd be quite funny. Almost there. You know, you're in for a wild ride whenever you get a build manual and it says, oh, you need to do this 48 times. And it's like, you've already bought the kit, you're locked in. Rick, you can't do that. You legit can't do that. Oh, really? But you can do it to dogs though, right? That's all right. You only get banned for a day. Animal abuse. But hey, we won't go down that road. That conversation's been and gone. And you know, everyone knows, you know, when you are whitelisted by a company and you're mega rich, you can do whatever you fucking want. Because TOS is only for people that are small creators, you know, the riffraff. I laugh and I jest. I am being sarcastic. The lowest form of wit. Love it. I suppose jump scares are a way of doing it, a way of waking me up. That's in line with TOS, I guess. It's been done before. Patrick screaming Finland was probably my most rememberable jump scare. Jesus Christ, that scared the fucking life out of me. So I'm just using 200 grit to clean up the undergate material, which is relatively easy to do, especially when you're cleaning up an edge. Because when you put it on the face, you don't see it as long as the like obviously the joins are adequate. But you're not affecting the face material. It's just the underside. So. My God, we are almost there. So if you was to ever paint this kit, I would highly recommend not straight building straight away. Possibly do all the armor, put them on clip sticks, and you know, do all your processes, do your color separation and whatnot, prime, paint, base coat, color separate and detail, and then build it after painting. These sort of kits, they demand that you build them straight out of box like a normal model kit. None of the straight building business, which, albeit, you know, straight building for stream purposes and just like building stuff together just so someone can see what it looks like out of box, is all well and good. But certainly recommend a kit like this deserves to be painted straight from the box. So I saw that the Virtual Boy on the Switch 2 was released the other day. I saw James' channel on YouTube talking about it. Looks kind of cool. I never had a Virtual Boy or anything like that back in the day, so it means nothing to me. Certainly a cool like nod to the era, and anyone who's a massive fan of the Virtual Boy, it's obviously going to be for them. Unfortunately, they do two types. They do one which is like a cardboard cutout which you can sort of put your Switch into, and the other one is like a almost like a faithful replica of the Virtual Boy, full plastic shroud and body and everything else like that, which is kind of cool. But I don't know about the cardboard one. It's kind of like a cheap cop out, but it's $30. Or it's about 15 quid for it, I suppose, whereas the Virtual Boy shroud thing is a little bit more expensive, so I suppose they're catering to different markets, different budgets. I do have wax pencils for photo etch, but I just found using a blade, it's a faster process. And you do get spares. All the rest are spares. Funnels. So if there is a third-party display set for this particular kit where you can have these with the effect parts inside the jaws and like put on like clear display stand around the kit, I'd certainly be interested in something like that. But it does come with a dedicated stand for you to store them separately in the meantime, or you can put them on the back, much like that display feature there, with the bazooka stowed in the backpack, which I haven't done. So I had it in the light box for a photograph, but the bazooka does fold, it breaks. It's like a spoof bore from the Barbatos. And it stows in the back. Like so. Can't wait to take a photograph of this in the photo booth. I've got all these extra combs as well. You get more. There's more extra like combs for structure, other wrists, and more hand options. So you can like hold beam sabers or the rifle in both hands or the shield in the other wrist and whatnot. So I will keep all of these separate and throw everything else. Yo, it's Mr. Keenan. But he's Rick and he can. Oh, I can't disobey TOS. That would be naughty. I don't want to get banned. Why would anyone want to get banned? It's like like for some massive streamers, it's like a notch on their belt that, you know, oh no, I'm losing a day's revenue. Like, it's literally, it's crazy to think. What kind of shenanigans did I miss? This build, I guess. Well, I'm some shenanigans, man. So the build is, well, the snap build is complete. I just need to finagle some bits and like get it on display in the photo booth, in the light box for some photographs. But there's a lot of plastic all around me. Loads of, like, my floors, it's like full of runners down there. There's loads of runners all on the floor down there. I've got to throw this out. I've got to throw the box out. I've got to keep the manual to one side, take some pictures of this monstrosity, maybe with these behind, or maybe to one side. I don't know. It's strange to me that they've included this stand separate, but it's not part of the like display or action base. So I would have thought it'd be like integral. Fire build, it is awesome. Obviously it's like the, oh, we've got the perfect grade unleashed Nu Gundam at home. You know, I can understand that, but it deserves its own praise because it is a fantastic mold. It's a really, really good kit, and if you don't have the money or the space for a perfect grade unleashed, this is a good middle ground. If in my opinion, this blows the Nouveau car out of the water in many ways, in terms of sculpt, design, aesthetics, and proportions. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's going to be one of those kits that I will return to do panel lining, water decals, and like a matte coat, and sort of like button it up as a straight build. I just got the Logger Barbatos today. Nice. Big Mace energy. I'm hoping to pick one up next week because the store that's going to get one for me is getting more stock next week, and he said he would let me know. And I'm paid on Friday, so I might get one next week because I've had a little bit of money left over this month to get the build off trophy and stickers ordered. So it's enabled me to sort of like next month, like next payday, which is Friday, to go, you know what, I should be able to stretch out and get myself model kit for the channel and build. And we're going to be building the Lupus master grade hopefully next week or the week after. So yeah, we're going to be looking at that. And having built the, you know, the Barbatos fourth, is it like the fourth version, like Barbatos version 4, originally back in the day? It's a good build. I'm really glad. Yo, Kevin, how you doing? Welcome. Would it be the Rex? No, it's the Lupus. I would love to get the Rex. The Wolf technology is 160 scale. I just don't have the money. Whereas the Barbatos Lupus is only like 50 odd quid in the UK. And I can split the cost over 3 months and get it done. I'm down bad because I've got loads of house home improvements to pay for. Just had the windows done, the boiler was done in January, so I've got 11 grand's worth of debt to clear up in the next few years. So it's kind of like that's where a lot of my budget for this hobby has gone into the house. You know, when you own a home and you're upgrading it, it's kind of you're looking at for your future, you know, the value of your property and like future proofing the house. So it's kind of, the hobby's got to take a bit of a back seat, you know. It's just adult responsibilities and stuff like that. I wish I earned more money and I wish I had a better job, but you know, it is one of those things. This kit, if you ever see it on AliExpress or on Gundam Pros or whatever US or local retailer to you that has one on you know, on sale or whatever, pick one up. It's all right. I wonder if Bandai will do a Rex though, because there's a couple of Bandai not bad. Like, there's a couple of Barbatosses out there, third party, Rex and Lupuses and whatnot. I've scrolled past like 10 TikTok posts about the PGNU. It's tempting me. I wish I had the money. Honestly, everyone and their father has got one right now. I don't have FOMO. I never get FOMO because model kits come and go. I'll be able to pick one up eventually, right? One day. You know, a couple of years ago when I had less to pay out for, I would have had one. I would have got one. It's just that my disposable income has got sort of diminished based on investment into a home, you know, so it's kind of so when you're trying to like build up and renovate a house, it's the money's got to come from somewhere, right? So but yeah, if you see one for a decent price and you can afford it, get one, Kevin. It certainly looks good. I did have my doubts about it, but it certainly ticks a few boxes, and it will certainly look really good next to that guy because they're both the same sort of size. So having it stood next to maybe that side there, have like the perfect grade unleashed, no, the perfect grade perfectibility there and the unleashed Nu there, because I've got loads of other perfect grades up here. I just think it will look good there because that one's big and it will be big there, so it would balance things out. So I wouldn't mind one, but it's just that I'm not losing any sleep about not owning one. Do you know what I mean? I've only ever got stuff early or ahead of anyone else based on the planets aligning, the money being right, and everything sort of like working out feasibly and financially. Do you know what I mean? Whereas a lot of people regularly get stuff early and on time because they're influencers and stuff like that, and they've got channels and ways of doing stuff, and that's cool. Right, so in summary, this kit is awesome, but it's not for beginners. I would say that this kit is more for medium to intermediate model makers that know a thing or two about like being able to sort of like shape parts, tidy up undergates, and you know, they've built a few model kits to know some pitfalls for cleaning up parts to make them sort of fit, and you know, there's some you know, clean up required. Not that it's a deal breaker, not by any means. It's just because it's undergated, that means there's a lot more cleanup involved. But the payoff for undergates is a lot more cleaner finish. Hey Nick, welcome back. Hope you had a good breakfast. But yeah, I do recommend this if you can get hold of one. I got mine from AliExpress for less than £90, so about 130 bucks shipped. And for the price of, I would say, possibly a Psycho Zaku Verkar or a Faz or something, you're getting a big build with a lot to offer, and you're getting 12 funnels instead of 6. So that's crazy. The only downside, the missed opportunity, I think, for them is it didn't come with any effect parts for the funnels. I think that would have been a nice touch. And extra display arms to display the other 6 in flight around the actual model. But there might be a third party or an add-on set that's down the road that might surplus that or service that desire, I guess. Oh, right, I'm going to get going, guys. I've slapped my gums long enough. I'm going to be taking a few photographs of this. I'll put them on my community community posts on YouTube and on Instagram and on X. So if anyone wants to see these, like a little a photo of this and how it looks, I'll do that. We get a call yesterday from the homeowner. We own the house from, and that he's planning to sell the house and he's giving us first dibs. I've never been through buying a house, but we have family that know and hope they can help. Oh, that's awesome. So they're selling the house and they're going to give you first dibs, so you don't have to move out. I really hope that you can get a mortgage. Hey, man, you're a business owner. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to get a mortgage. It's good. You just got to get through it. It is a good thing. Of course, it's a good thing. That's a massive win, because like a homeowner can just go, right, I want to sell up. You've got 6 months to get out or 3 months to get out, and you're like, fuck. So they're giving you first dibs on buying on the property. That's massive news, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get a mortgage, dude. As long as you've got the required like deposit and stuff like that. We also have a California first-time buyers program. Yeah, we have that in the UK. You've got first-time buyers initiatives and government assists and grants and banks that can help you if you've got poor credit. But I'm assuming you don't have poor credit because, like I say, you're a business owner. So if you've got a business and you've got capital and all that sort of stuff, then when it comes to mortgages, that's awesome. It's just down to affordability, risk, and what sort of like capital you can put up front. So that's really good, dude. May the Gunpla be in your favour, Keenan. Also, where are my promised cards? Thank you, Nick. One day they'll get to you, I think. See, I'm not the only person that has trouble with being able to get stuff out to people. Fuck me, I thought I was the only one. I feel vindicated. And hammer game. It's been over a year. Hey, I've still got a box here for Demon. I've been trying to get out to Demon for so fucking long because of postage and shipping and stuff like that. It is really expensive to get stuff over to America and South America and stuff, but you know, he knows he's going to get it. So we've got a box here for Nick as well that I've got to get out to Peru. It's one time I went to the post office and I wanted to send the last box that I sent to Nick, that one post office wanted £50 for it. It's like I just couldn't afford it. So I left it a little while. I then repackaged it, took it back, and when I went to resell it, it was down to like £25 or something like that. So it was more affordable, but still, it's still quite expensive to ship stuff abroad. But I've got boxes there that are destined for people. It's just that when I can fit them into my budget, it's just the way it is. All right, guys, you have a good one. Well, I'm sorry I live here. Yeah, it's a shame you don't live close. Hey, Kenan, well, thank you for so much for coming in. Good luck with the mortgage and owning your home. It's such an exhilarating feeling. Buying this house was for the first 6 months, it was really hard. Jumping through all the financial loops that they want you to do, but when they said, right, we're going to give you the mortgage, and we got the confirmation, oh my god, it's just, I'm poor, but I have a house that I can call my home, and no one can kick me out. You know, it's one of those. It's a good feeling to own your own house, but it is tough. It wasn't easy. Oh, so good luck with that, and thank you so much for popping in. Right, I'm going to be going now, guys. Thank you so much, everyone on YouTube, for showing interest in the series. This has been like a multicast, so everyone I'm speaking to, you don't see because, oh, you can actually, the chat's here, you can see what's going on. But it's a multi-stream, so this 10-episode series of this build is going on a playlist. If you've just turned up and you want to watch the rest of the videos, the playlist will be available, and all of these episodes will be on there where you can watch this build from start to finish. Thank you for all the interest and the follows and the subscriptions and stuff. That's fucking awesome. I really appreciate you all. It's wicked, sweet, awesome. I always thought you were going to build your house, not buy it. Yeah, I would love to have built my own house the way I want it. Look, Mum, I'm on the telly. If my mum ever watches these back, I doubt she will. But hi, Mum, I'm on the telly. You crack me up. Right, so yes, this ends the 10 episode series of the Farmer Creations Nu Gundam on YouTube, and everyone else on Twitch is just another day. So it's been wild to stretch this out over 10 episodes or 10 videos, each roughly around 3 or 4 hours each. So it's like nearly 40 hours build. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's well worth it though. I'm not responsible for your ass crack. Where did crack come from? What's my ass got to do? Get my ass out of your mouth. Right. I am going to get going now. I need to make some dinner, make some food, make some pancakes, because it is pancake day here in the UK. Enjoy yourself. Have a great time. I'm going to be back later in roughly 3.5 hours time, or 2.5 hours time. Yeah, 8 o'clock UK time for some Warzone with Terry from work. It's going to be fun. Last start was a bit of fun until we come across the cheaters, but it is Warzone. There's going to be cheaters, but we'll deal with it. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you all. And I'll see you soon. Bye.